Hi everyone. So this is actually my second attempt at filming this video. I didn't realize how much I had to unpack until I actually started filming this. So I thought about it for a couple of days, but I do think it's important to still tell you about how I got to Southern California. And I'm also just realizing now that I'm still kind of processing all of that because so much really has happened in the last couple of years. So to give you some background, I am originally from El Paso, Texas. My parents are from Juarez, Chihuahua, which is on the border of El Paso. So me and my siblings and most of my cousins are all first generation Americans. And then I moved to New York my second year of college. So that was 2012 that I moved there. And then I spent about 9 years in New York. I had a lot of fun. I had some great opportunities. I learned so much about myself. And although I miss it dearly, it's always going to be part of who I am. And I still do really believe I left at a really good time in my life. And it's interesting to think about it because I got to New York when I was about to turn 21. And just months after leaving, I was turning 30. And I don't know, it just kind of felt like it was my time. Like I had lived the time that I needed to be there, and then it was just time for me to move on. And the same week that my landlord told me and my roommates that she was selling the unit was the same week that I finally ended things in my really toxic former relationship, which I don't really want to talk about right now. I will save that for another time. But basically, I just kind of want to give you a short and sweet version of, not all sweet, but of what happened between then and now. So I left New York in 2021, July. And to be honest, I really didn't know what was going to happen from there. I had no idea. I just remember coming to the map for answers. I felt like my whole world was coming apart. I had just lost all of my jobs through COVID. Broken up with my boyfriend. I wasn't gonna have a place to live in just a couple of months. And it felt like I felt like I really just needed guidance, and I needed some signs, and then it took me a moment to realize that those were all the signs. My landlord sending me that email was the sign. Finally getting out of the relationship was a big sign. And so I decided I just needed a break and I needed to get out. So I packed all of my things. I put them in storage, and I literally left with a backpack and didn't have exact plans on when I was returning or what was gonna happen next. I just wanted to be guided by life, basically, and took any opportunities that would come my way. I was completely open to whatever was going to happen. And a lot of really good things came my way, a lot of windows, a lot of doors. Everything was opening up for me at the perfect time. I received a message from one of my really good friends who invited me on this beautiful road trip through Montana and Utah, and I met some wonderful people there, and it all turned out to be kind of like my healing process, which I didn't realize at the time, which a lot of it, like even talking about it now, I'm realizing how important and vital all of those things that happened to me were, to get me to where I am now, which is in a really good and healthy place. Nothing is perfect, but mentally and physically, I feel like such a different person than I did just 2-3 years ago. My head is, in a clear space finally, and I don't know, it feels like the boat has finally stopped rocking and I can just steady myself and think straight, which I hadn't been able to do for a long time, and I just didn't see that then.